You get the interview letter. It says you will take part in a practical activity as part of the selection process. And that's it. No details, no clue what the activity is. So now, the night before the interview, you're sat in your pyjamas, frantically Googling, what kind of activities might I be asked to do in a TA interview? If that's you, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll talk about how to stay calm and shine when you've been told there will be an activity, but not what it is. I'll take you through 5 of the most common TA interview activities, explain exactly what interviewers are looking for, and give you smart ways to handle each one, even if they spring it on you last minute. So, why don't they tell you the details of the interview activity? Well, to be clear, some schools do. In fact, many schools do. You'll get all the details in your interview invitation, and that will make you panic as well. But some schools don't, and they don't do it to catch you out. They want to see how you behave in a real sort of classroom moment. Can you think on your feet, for instance? Can you stay warm and calm under pressure? Can you connect with children even when you're not 100% sure what's going on? They know you're nervous, but they're not looking for polished perfection. They're looking for potential. So let's look at 5 common TA interview activities and how to handle them brilliantly. The first one is reading a story to a small group or the whole class. Now, what this might look like, you're handed a picture book and asked to read it aloud. You might be given 5 or 10 minutes for this activity. And what the interviewers are looking for is, can you engage the children? Do you use expression and warmth? Can you manage the group positively? Do you understand the purpose of reading this particular book aloud? And how to make the most of the activity so that the interviewers see your ability as a TA. Hold the book so everyone can see the picture. So not like the TA in the picture you can see here. And ask questions that relate to the image and words on the cover. Use a varied tone and facial expressions. Ask simple questions. So, what do you think might happen next? What has happened so far? Even simpler questions. What colour is her dress? What letter sound does this word begin with? You know, the questions you ask will depend on the age and stage of the children you're reading to. Praise participation. Great listening, everyone. Let's see what happens next. And a tip, if you're handed a book you've never seen before, take a moment to flick through it, smile, breathe, and begin with confidence. They're watching how you handle the unknown. 2, leading a group activity. So it might be a maths activity, phonics, or a creative task. What this might look like. You're placed with 4 to 6 children and asked to lead an activity. You might get a sheet of instructions or just a set of materials. And what interviewers are looking for: can you explain things clearly? How you support the less confident students? Are you positive and encouraging? Can you keep the group focused? And how to make the most of the activity so that the interviewers see your ability as a TA. Introduce yourself. Hello everyone, I'm going to be working with you for this activity. Explain the task in child-friendly language. Watch for the quieter children, draw them in gently. Offer positive reinforcement. That's a super effort. Let's try this next step together. And a tip: don't worry if it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect anyway, because what matters is that children feel safe, supported, and interested. They want to see that you can engage the children. 3, supporting learning during a live lesson. What this might look like. You join the class teacher while a you join the class while a teacher delivers a lesson. You're expected to quietly support the children. What interviewers are looking for. Are you observant and helpful? Do you notice when children need support? Are you respectful of the teacher's lead? Do you stay engaged? I have seen I have seen interviewees completely switch off when they are, demonstrating their skills in the classroom during a lesson. Very strange. How to make the most of the activity so that the interviewers see your ability as a TA. Scan the room, look for children who seem confused or distracted. Kneel beside them quietly and ask, how are things going? And find out if they need support. Use praise and prompts. You've got off to a great start there. What do you think comes next? Avoid taking over. Support, don't dominate. And a tip, smile, stay positive, and be physically present. Your body language speaks volumes. 4. Working one-to-one with a child with SEND, special educational needs and disabilities. What this might look like. You're paired with a student with special educational needs. You might be told the child's needs, or you might not. What the interviewers are looking for. Do you show patience and empathy? Can you adapt your communication? Do you create a calm, respectful environment? Can you help the child feel safe? And how to make the most of the activity so that the interviewers see your ability as a TA. Start by connecting. Hello, I'm, and you. Some schools are happy for you to say your first name. Other schools want you to say Mr., Mrs., Ms., or whatever. And then you say, how are you getting on? Keep language simple and gentle. Be ready to repeat instructions or use gestures if needed. And always have a look on the desk. Are there some resources that the student would be using? Some of them have now next boards, for instance, or they might have some images of the different parts of the lesson. So have a look, see if there's anything there. Stay calm if the child becomes unsettled. Model emotional regulation. And a tip, if you're unsure how to proceed, observe how the child responds to cues and copy what works. Tuning in is a skill your interviewers will notice. 5, lead a short activity with no resources given. What this might look like. You're told, can you just do a quick activity with this group while we observe? No further detail, no materials. So what interviewers are looking for. Can you stay calm in ambiguity? How you engage children using your initiative? Can you build rapport quickly? And how to make the most of this activity so that interviewers see your ability as a TA. Think simple. So a word game, Simon Says, or an oral story starter. Explain what the activity is and set clear expectations. Use your voice and presence to keep it fun and controlled. And a tip, have 2 to 3 go-to activities in your back pocket. They don't have to be dazzling, they just have to work. So research this particular one, find out what activities you could have ready to go in your head that are simple to do in that scenario where you're just asked to do an activity, something of your choice that they would think you haven't prepared earlier. So the one thing that matters most, and here's the truth, they're not judging your perfection, they're observing your presence. They want someone who can step in, stay calm, show warmth, and connect with children, even when thrown in the deep end. So if you find yourself in the interview sitting there thinking, I have no idea what's coming next, just smile, breathe, and remind yourself, whatever it is, I'll handle it with heart, curiosity, and care. And that's exactly what your interviewers are looking for. Now, I really hope this video has helped. And if you're looking for more clear, practical support to boost your confidence as a teaching assistant, then you might like to see all my free TA in Control resources. So whether you're navigating interviews, SEND support, behaviour strategies, or everyday classroom tasks, these resources are created to be immediately useful. No fluff, no jargon, just helpful tools you can put into action right away. And if you'd like to get your hands on all my free resources, like the ones you can see here, that will help you continue the wonderful work you do, type "free resources please" in the comments section below this video. And I'll see you in another video. Thank you for watching.